back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about 10 ways that I have decreased my exposure to toxins or chemicals. This has been a transition that's happened over like the past 4 years. I am in no way perfect, but by changing these 10 things, I am doing so much better than I did 4 years ago. So I live by the 80-20 rule, like focus on the 80%, and the 20 is kind of getting in the weeds or nitpicky. Honestly, I would say with my changes, I'm closer to being 90% with decreasing the exposure to toxins and chemicals. So I think I'm doing pretty good. But we live in a chemical-laden world. No one is ever going to live a 100% chemical-free life. There's no way. It's impossible. It's in the air that we breathe. It's everywhere. So we just have to do the best that we can. So a lot of these things are things that maybe you've already changed or you've been thinking about changing. So let's get right into it. The first thing that I changed was my deodorant. So at the time, I was working a 12-hour shift as a floor nurse, labor and delivery. I was running and gunning, and I needed something that would actually keep me smelling nice while not having the harmful things in it that most antiperspirants have in them, like aluminum, and there's just a whole bunch of things. Harmful fragrances, like a whole bunch of stuff. So what I found was actually a fellow nurse introduced me to this, Native. So you can find Native deodorant at Target, at Walmart, online. You can pretty much find it anywhere now. Back then, I could only get it at the Target in Nashville, but now I order online. I think you can get it on Amazon. It's amazing stuff. My favorite is the coconut vanilla scent. So since I was using this while I was still doing floor nursing, I can tell you that it did last me the 12-hour shift, and I went home smelling pretty dang good. So it is effective while also being chemical free. It goes on really, really smooth, which was important. The other brands that I had used were gritty or rough, and they just didn't feel nice going on. This is such a smooth texture. I think it has coconut butter in it, shea butter, vitamin E, that kind of stuff. And so that's what makes it feel nice when it goes on. The second thing is body wash, which also I changed to Native. They also make bar soaps. So I like the bottle soap, and Dr. Berry likes the bar soap. All kinds of scents, so they all smell really good, but the coconut vanilla is my favorite, so I use the body wash in a bottle and he uses the bar soap. The third thing is toothpaste. We have been using clean toothpaste for about 5, maybe 6 years. That's one of the first things that we started doing that was chemical free, and we used Young Living and we used Tom's. Always fluoride free. We don't have any fluoride in any of our toothpaste ever. Neither one of us has any cavities. None of these teeth have cavities. All my adult teeth are healthy and nice. And every time I go to the dentist, they just tell me how good my teeth are, even without the fluoride. Redmond's has a really good brand as well. It's, let me grab it. It's called Earth Paste, and it is all chemical free as well, and no fluoride, no coloring. What you need to know is this is a lot different than Crest or Colgate. It doesn't foam up, but we've been doing this so long, we don't even notice anymore. You kind of just get used to that. They've had an unsweetened one, but they've reformulated it, and now it's got silver in it. Nano silver solution, which is supposed to make your teeth really, really healthy. So check that out. I do have a discount code for this. I have several flavors. Beckett also uses Redmond's toothpaste. No fluoride. I know you're gonna ask me why no fluoride. That's another video. We just don't use it. Another thing I changed over was what I clean with. I have been using Thieves Cleaner, which is a product from Young Living, and it comes in a big jug and it's highly concentrated, and you can put it in your own glass bottles to clean with, and there's different ratios of water to cleaner that you can use for different types of surfaces. I've been using this forever. I clean my car with it, I clean the sink with it, I clean the bathtub with it, I clean the bathroom sink with it, I clean the toilet with it, I clean pretty much every surface in my house with Thieves. And it smells really good too. If you want to buy Thieves Cleaner, honestly, out of all the ones on the market, I think it's the cleanest. A lot of the cleaners aren't really as clean as they claim to be. Thieves is all essential oils, all natural things. It's really good. If you want to buy that and you're afraid of signing up with some crazy person who's going to harass you from Young Living, you can sign up with me. You will never hear from me ever. You can find the link in the description below and a link to a video all about how you can buy things from Young Living without purchasing things monthly or selling anything. So I'll put both of those links in the description for you guys. The next thing was pretty hard for me to give up. I'm not even gonna lie. Up until last year, I refused to give it up, and that is candles and room sprays from Bath and Body Works. I know, I'm just a basic girl and I loved Bath and Body Works, the fall candles, the Christmas candles, the room sprays. I had them all. The plugins in the wall, it was a problem. Out of any candle or room spray that you can buy, Bath and Body Works is probably the worst for you. And I was buying them all the way up until last Christmas. I don't have any in this house. I got rid of every single one of them, and I switched back to what I used to do, which is using essential oils and diffusers. I use the oils from Young Living. There's lots of good brands on the market now, but that's what I use. And incense, which I love incense, and I've burned it forever. I grew up, my mom used to burn incense all the time. I love incense. And then I've switched to candles that are hand poured from a woman who lives right down the road in Fairview, Tennessee, and she uses high quality fragrances. Now on the spectrum, I tend to use essential oils and incense way more than I use candles, but this candle that I'm burning over here, it's one of hers, and it is still way better than buying anything from Bath and Body Works. Still use candles, but I've cleaned up what kind of candles that I use. So that was a big deal. That was a big change for me, and it took a lot for me to give that up because it was just something I did during the holidays, and I've given it up. I do have brand new fall candles, which I'll be showing you in my house tour, which is coming next week. And I have a discount code. So if you love fall candles and you're trying to clean up your Bath and Body Works habit, check out that video. Number 6, this was also a hard one, and I can thank 2020 for doing this. So I stopped coloring my hair completely. Nothing. For the last, well, since right before Beckett was born, I've not had my hair colored. I put toner on it one time, and that was, I think, last summer. That's it. My roots are gray. My natural color is at the top, and then this is what's left over from when I used to bleach it and harass it and just abuse the ever-loving crap out of it. So sometimes people say, you know, I talk about how I try to decrease my chemicals, and people say, well, your makeup, you don't use chemical-free makeup. I don't, but I don't color my hair. So I think that is a pretty good factor there, that I'm not putting chemicals directly on top of my scalp versus I use a little bit of makeup that isn't chemical-free. Now I do use some that is chemical-free, but I'm not 100% chemical-free makeup yet. I just haven't found one that I love. And on top of that, I don't get my nails done anymore. All natural nails, and actually they're healthier than they've ever been. They're long and strong. I haven't had a nail break in months. I never thought that would happen. I've never had long nails in my life that were not fake tips, acrylics, gel nails, dip. Like, I've done it all. I don't know if I went more than a month or two without having my nails done since I was 18 years old. So that was a big deal. No more chemicals on my nails. I do put a clear coat on every now and then if we're like going to dinner. That's a big deal. That's a big deal for me. Now, number 7 is specifically for the ladies. So if there happens to be a gentleman watching this video, hopefully you're a mature adult and you understand that women have periods, because that's what we're talking about. Now, there are so many bad things in most tampons. There's fragrances, chemicals, dyes. It says on the package it can give you toxic shock syndrome. You could die. Like, why is that okay? That's a completely different video. The point is, change your tampons, change your pads, at least to organic cotton with no chemicals, no dyes, no fragrance. Same with your pads, or if you're open to it, you can try a cup, which is what I use most of the time. And then also, I'm not really sure how these work, but they're called THINX underwear, THINX panties, and they are period panties, and they are some kind of black magic. I'm not really sure what is going on in these, but I know that they are amazing as a backup. So instead of having to wear a pad, which I absolutely hate, I wear these THINX panties. And I'll link those in the description. Unfortunately, I don't have a discount code. That'd be amazing. Sometimes they do go on sale, so if you're interested, they are a little pricey. Get on their email list and they'll send you an email when they go on sale. They have all different cuts, and now they have different colors. When I first started using them, which was about 3 years ago, they only had one style, and it was just your basic brief underwear, and it looked really ugly underneath the jeans. But now they have thongs, boy shorts, bikini, and they have different levels of coverage too. So heavy, moderate, light flow, all the different things. I genuinely love these. Maybe like this may be my favorite invention of all time. It's amazing. So highly 10 out of 10 recommend checking out THINX panties. Number 8 is something we all know that we need to do, and most of us are doing a pretty good job at it, and that's staying away from processed packaged foods, which obviously have tons of things that are bad for us, including chemicals and some natural ingredients as well. The one thing that I haven't really worried that much about, and I still sometimes have in some of my foods, is natural flavorings. But on the whole, most of my food is real whole food and mostly meat. So I still think I'm doing a pretty good job. And number 10 is water. So water, if from your sink, can have lots of potential toxins in it. We have a reverse osmosis filter under our sink, and it also runs to the refrigerator water. So anything that comes out of the refrigerator, including our ice, is reverse osmosis water, and from the fountain on the sink also. So it takes out so many things. So basically it takes out 99.99% of harmful toxins, heavy metal, contaminants, bacteria, viruses, so many things. You can look it up online and find out more about it. But that is something that was important to us, especially with Beckett. We want him to drink the purest water that there is. And then we add in trace minerals and electrolytes so that he's not missing anything. And that is something that my husband has been very adamant about for a very long time. He doesn't want anything in our water, just 2 hydrogens and an oxygen. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful and informative. If it was, make sure you smash that thumb button. I'll have everything I talked about linked below in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you, mean it. Bye.